I got my laptop. That sounds like a rocket ship in a dream, baby. Let's finish this out.
You're the one for me, that's why I give you everything.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Book It. Today is the final day in our Maze Runner series. So we are finishing it up with The Fever Code, which, first off, I just want to say, this book, I got it in hardcover. It's my only hardcover I have of the series. But, like, this is so cool. Because, like, it has, like, this is so cool. But, like, the little cover that goes over it that makes it look like, oh my god, maybe it's even cool. This book is so cool. I love this book. So okay, so yeah, this is actually a prequel to the Maze Runner series that takes place about like growing up in the development of Theresa and Thomas. So this is the prequel that we wanted. The Kill Order was a prequel that nobody wanted. This was the prequel that everybody wanted. And this book might be like my favorite. Oh my god, just like the design of this book is just so pretty and flawless. I'm obsessed with this book. Just like the look of it. This is like the origin stories. So I'm super excited. It has like, it's broken into like Newt, and this is like the chapters. It's like the date and the time, so it's like not like, it's just so cool. And that's how we see the entire thing. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So we start off the very beginning of the book by seeing Newt's point of view. And he witnesses his parents murdered in front of him, and then him and his sister are taken away by Wicked. His sister is Lizzie, and she is actually immune to the flare, and he is not. So when we meet Thomas, he still goes by Steven, and he's 5 years old. We learned this in the last book that his name is Steven. He's 5 years old. We also meet Theresa in passing, and she's already accepted her new name and identity because she wants to leave her old life. So she was Dee Dee. She is done with that. She's ready to move on. Steven wants to hold on, but his mother is getting sicker. His father went crazy and almost murdered his mom, so he was given away. He won't accept his name, so they put a little device in his ear that gives him an electric shock when he, like, doesn't answer questions right. Like, bro, he's 5. Like, oh my god, like that part was like, wow. He spends the next 2 years learning and getting his blood drawn, and he meets with the Wicked Chancellor. The guy says they're about to start their big plans and they want him involved. He is 7. And they're like, oh yeah, like the whole fate of the world relies on you. And he's like, bro, I'm 7. I could not imagine a 7-year-old like taking on the world. So the goal is to find a cure and to get all the cranks to take each other out, so that way they don't have to worry about it. So they're like, if we get all the cranks to like do it for us, we don't have to worry about it. So one day he's taken by one of the psych guys to go do something mysterious, and this is the first time we see him like and his future besties. Like, this is the first time that he sees like Mino and Newt and Albie. Mino is up and freaking out because they put something in his head, and they're trying to warn Thomas not to do it, that it hurts. And he's escorted away. Thomas looks behind a curtain and sees Newt laying in bed with bandages around his head as well, but he's unconscious. So he tries to take off running and sees Theresa being carried, and she's freaking out. He tries to save her, and when they're taken down out by like the nurses, he reminds himself like that one day he will be bigger and he can take them down. Like, one day I'll be bigger and stronger and better. We see them try to sneak out a couple more times, and as they get older, they kind of start to understand what's going on. They become socialized with like both groups. And my laptop's about to die, LOL. So I'm hoping it just lasts a little bit longer. And they realize that they're going to try to find a cure and that Wicked is good. This is when we learn that the Chancellor actually has the flare, and so do a bunch of other people that work for Wicked. So they're trying to stop themselves from going crazy by finding a cure to save themselves. But in reality, what they should have done is give the world over to those that are immune, so we won't have to worry about this situation anymore, but they don't want to. They want to make sure that they live too. So they're like trying so hard to like care about themselves first. They end up sending Thomas in with Theresa right behind him at the very end of the maze. We see Thomas go through his entire journey of losing his memories and everything like that, and then he wakes up in the box. So Theresa and him are talking, and she's like, they decide that they're going to put them into the maze. Like they decided. We see them like working on the maze, and like, you know, he sees all his friends go, and he's like, I promise you, I'll keep you safe. I'll keep you safe. So like, he is sitting there watching all of his friends go into the maze, and he's seeing their report every day. He's watching everything that's happened, and then finally he goes into the maze. So he ends up getting like his memory wiped. And then she ends up going into. In the last letter that Theresa writes to the staff of Wicked, I understand how in her mind she is doing the right thing and believes that she's helping others. And I can't even remember what her last letter was. It had to be, it said that she had just said goodbye to Thomas and he's in the glade. Tomorrow will be my turn. Dr. Page has asked me to send a final note sharing my thoughts. I feel good about my plan to leave mine and Aries' memories intact. You need someone who can communicate during this phase of the trials. Aries and I have already coordinated throughout. I promise to keep my role a secret. I will be a part of my abilities. I will make sure I do not interfere with the decisions they make unless you instruct me to do so. I'm thankful for Wicked. I'm thankful for my friends who are the finest people in the world. I fully believe that one day they'll understand and they will thank me. I am thankful to be alive. I also want to believe in what Wicked is doing. I plan to write 3 words on my arm before entering the box, hoping that it's a simple message that will plant a seed in the Glader's memory, to remind them, even self-consciously, what we fight for. It's a phrase I saw on a cold, dark night long ago, the crank pits seething behind me. It's a phrase I believe in all my heart, and despite the horrors, I think you know what it is, which the 3 words she writes is Wicked is good, because she wants to remind them. But this is literally the last thing that she says to anybody, and then she ends up going into the box. So then that shows, like, basically the whole time she has known exactly what she was doing. She kept her memories intact. So when she woke up in the original series and she was like, I don't know what's going on, she knew damn well what was going on. And this is why I don't like her and I think she sucks. So just for those, it's the last page of the book. It's her little message. And she is like, Wicked is good. And I literally still don't know if Wicked is good or not. But I will say, I think that they had the right idea. But this letter right here was supposed to be like a, oh my God, Theresa was like trying to save people. Like, it was supposed to be like a good moment for her. In my mind, I just saw like, oh, so you really were a traitor the entire time. Like, you really knew what was going on. And you, instead of being like, hey, this is what's going on, let's get out of here. That means that she knew how to get out of the maze. She knew how to like beat the grievers. She knew exactly what was going to happen. She knew that the minute that they stepped foot into the Wicked building for the first time since the swipe, that Chuck was going to, or that Thomas was supposed to die. She did not know Chuck was going to die, but she knew that one of them was going to die. She not like knew Thomas was going to. That means that she was talking to Aries the entire time. Everything was happening. She was talking to him. She was making sure everything's good. Like, literally, she sucks. But yeah, no, that's the Fever Code. This book is so good. It really does show you like what's going on in like Wicked's mind. And then it was like a redemption arc for Theresa, and Theresa's redemption arc sucked. She sucks. So we hate her. Terrible person. Why is this like, it says epilogue, but it's not the epilogue. Oh, it's like that's weird. Yeah. But yeah, no, the book literally ends with Thomas waking up in the box. So, and then it starts, the original. So that's the prequel. And I loved this book. This book was so good. I give this book a 4 out of 5. This is honestly one of my favorites. Like, Maze Runner is a classic, but like this leading up to it is really good too, because you kind of like, you see the boys and they're misbehaving and they're like running around like the Wicked like convent. I would say convent, that's not the word. The building and everything. Like, they're troublemakers. our same boys that we learned to love. And it's really sad because like you learn like Newt had a sister and like we don't really know what happens to her, but like so sad. But yeah, that's it for this. That concludes our Maze Runner week, which is our first dystopian society week. I don't know when our next one is going to be just because series take a minute. I'm pulling up my calendar right now, even though my laptop's about to die. So if it dies, I do apologize. So this month was our Maze Runner one. So I just finished editing and I'm uploading the other ones right now. I do not have one for February. March. I have one for March. So basically our dystopian weeks or whatever are just weeks where I tackle an entire series. So that was this week. I'm very, very happy I got to do it because that literally means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there were 6 videos this past week. Like if that's not pushing out content, I don't know what is. And then of course we have our normal, I did change my uploading days to Friday. So there will be videos. We already had one last week, which was Ruthless. We have one next week as well. The week after that, it's going to be uploaded on probably a Friday. I'm not going to do it on a Thursday. Friday and then Friday. Unless there's like a double whammy, which in that case we have different ones. But I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited about this year. I have a lot of really good goals this year and I'm really honing in on them and focusing on them. So that's it for the Maze Runner week, and I hope you really enjoyed the whole week being dedicated to one series instead of breaking it up over like the course of months. I'm breaking it down to like 1 week. So yes, I film a lot of the videos the exact same day, so you get a lot of my opinions. And like it's like, oh, she all filmed in 1 day. Yes, but then I have to go edit and upload it a lot, so it's like very differently. But I hope you really enjoyed our Maze Runner week. Fever Code, I love this book. Great book. If you were to read a prequel, read this one. Skip the kill order. But yeah, that's it for this. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out so much more than you actually think. You can always undo it at any time, and it's free, so why not? And then also follow my Goodreads. The link is it's linked below. I love my Goodreads. I update it literally daily. I'm always on Goodreads. You would think that's like a social media site that I'm always on. You can also see what books I'm reading and also what's coming up next, because I do post my reviews on there and then the video comes out like later. So like I will post the Fever Code review tonight and this video will come out in however many days, 5 days, I think. 5 days, yeah, because it's Monday and it comes out on a Friday. I think. No, this book comes out on Saturday, because, yeah, the first one came out today. This book will come out on Saturday, or this video will come out on Saturday. So, yes, please make sure you go follow my Goodreads and follow my Instagram, because that's where I like to post all my stuff. And then like and subscribe, because it helps me. And that's it for now, and until next time, bye!